Stripe TV, our homie Stripe TV are in the building. Stop, I need you over here real quick.
Yes, we're ready.
All right, can we get that music dimmed down a little bit?
All right, DJ.
Ooh, feedback. Check, check, 1, 2.
That guy was just out
Check, check, 1, 2. Ooh,
earlier. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, how y'all doing?
That wasn't loud enough.
It really wasn't. Let's do this. I need all the ugly people to be quiet. There's a lot of like mediocre self-esteem. Can we get the mics turned down just a little bit? Just the feedback. There we go. Once again, I need all the ugly people to be quiet. Did y'all just boo yourselves? That sound like a boo. Okay. So my name is Father Sparks. Booyah. Hey, can I get the dance hall horn? Can I get the dance hall horn? Right here on the beach, boy. If I wasn't Jamaican, why would I be wearing this hat? Okay, here we go. So, welcome to the 9th annual Breaking Law Style Defined. I'm Man of God, and who are you?
Yo, everyone, I'm Big Boy Charlie Brown.
Charlie Brown, Chuck Rock. And also, y'all don't know, the mastermind of this year's event, Katrina, I don't know where she is. Katrina got this whole, look y'all can cypher anywhere on the first floor, except for like on a waterfall, you don't want to do that. But this whole first floor is ours. Okay? Now, don't be like it's Beach Street or Flash Dance and be on top of the computer kiosk dancing and stuff. Alright, but this first floor is ours, alright? We have so much in store for y'all. This jam is more than just about breaking or just dancing, alright? It's about learning. So, really quickly, as dancers, we master physics. We break the laws of gravity. Am I correct? Yes, sir. Break the laws of human movement, nature, everything. So, with that said, physical movement is wonderful. So why not have a physicist involved? So we're gonna bring up Mike from the wonders of physics. Give it up for Mike, y'all.
Everyone, give it up. Let's give it up.
Check. Yeah, music off. Can we get his microphone up?
Hey everyone, my name's Mike. I am here from the University of Madison Physics Department. I usually do the Wonders of Physics shows. Do we have any of the kids here from Milwaukee? They may have already left today. Anyway, I know what you're thinking. We had this great music going on, we were dancing, we were having a good time, and then they bring out the fat old white guy. Looks like Santa Claus on his day off. And no, I don't break dance, I don't listen to rap music, I don't do any of that, I know. But I am here to honor you. The one thing that we do have in common is we are all physics masters here, right? We are all physics masters here. I'm here to honor you guys. I've been in physics for 30 years. I cannot do what you do, okay? I'm serious when I say that. I am impressed and I'm overwhelmed. And I love dancing, I really do. I cannot do what you guys do. But what we all have in common is physics. Physics, it's the same through the whole universe. It's what really binds us all together. Everything we do is physics. Everything that you're doing right now, where you're sitting, is physics. You've been practicing physics since the day you were born.
Before that.
And those of you who really put the time and energy into learning this incredible art form, you are the high masters. Do not sell yourself short, not that you ever would. You blow me away. So, what I'm going to do is simply give you a few of the words and some of the background in physics so that you can take what you know about breakdancing and you can start applying it anywhere you want. So to start off with, I cannot talk about physics without talking about one of my favorite dead guys, Sir Isaac Newton. Father of physics, lived about 300 years ago, which explains why he's dead. If he's not dead, he's really, really old. About my age, right? So he came up with a lot of stuff, including some rules about how things move. The 3 laws of motion. A lot of you already know these things. You certainly apply them. But just to give you a quick review, to start off with my help of my trained basketball, we're going to do a quick review. Stay. There we go. All right. Backing up on music. Okay. You are all physicists. Yes, yes. Thank you very much. That's the end of my show. There's a basketball sitting there. You are all physicists, which means you're scientists. Scientists observe. You observe and tell me, what is this basketball doing? It is chilling out. It is just sitting there. Newton's first law says that an object at rest stays at rest. But you already know that. It would be really weird for this basketball to just jump around the room on its own. Stuff does not do that. Second part of that, though, is that an object in motion stays in motion until acted on by an outside force, which would be your bag there. All right, that's the first one. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to tell you what physics is. What's physics? Who's got a definition of physics for me? Who? Yes, sir. Who can argue with that? Physics is the science of stuff. What? Yeah. Oh, I like that. Stuff. This floor is made out of stuff.
No.
This building's made out of stuff. You're made out of stuff. All the stuff in the universe, physicists have a name for that. It's called matter. Thank you very much. So physics is a study of matter, and it's a study of how we move stuff around. What gives you the ability to move stuff around? What gives you the ability to move stuff around?
Mass.
Energy, very good. So physics is a study of matter and energy and how they play with each other. And by the way, if you think that doesn't affect you, let me tell you what it does affect. Anything that moves, heat, light, sound, electricity, magnetism, and a whole other bunch of stuff called modern physics, which is what makes your iPods work and a bunch of other stuff too. We're just going to be focusing on the motion, right? So we got the first law down. I need somebody to help me out with the second law. And I will be pulling people from the audience, so if you don't raise your hands, I'm going to pick on you anyway. Yes, sir. You like that? You volunteer. Come on up, sir. And you are? Jeremiah, thank you. Jeremiah, stand over there. Jeremiah, wait, turn around this way. There you go. Okay, nice throw. Jeremiah, how did you get the ball to me? Threw it. What did you do to the ball when you threw it? Yes, you did. And what did you do to the ball? You used the force. Yes. So, you pushed on it, right? And that would be, scientists would call push or pull force. So you used a force. Now, the ball is made out of stuff called matter. The amount of stuff in it would be the ball's mass. The ball has a certain mass. You applied a force to it, and the ball, which wasn't moving, started going faster and faster. Scientists and race car drivers have a word for that. I heard it. Who said it? Acceleration. Thank you very much. Acceleration. Newton's second law puts all three of those together. Force equals mass times acceleration. Just know that they're tightly linked. Now, don't go away. We're going to do this again.
Be ready. That looks heavy.
Don't be given no hints.
These are my crew.
My show.
Damn, treat it. I'm leaving.
Okay, there we go.
I love you. So
Thank you. I love you too. All right, so medicine ball, a lot more mass. Did you push it the same as before? Use more force. Did I tell you to use more force? No, because you understand physics. I've done this a lot of times, I have never had anyone push it exactly the same as before, because if they did, it would look like this. It never sounded like that before, though. I love that. Anyway, you know physics. More mass means you have to apply a bigger force to get it moving, right? That's it. Great job. Thank you very much. So we got first law, second law down. Now I need another volunteer up here.
Don't be scared.
Oh, you're going to like this one. I need another volunteer.
You
You're
got
going to
one
like
to the
this.
right.
Yes, sir. Come on up. What is your name? Axe. Come up here. Yep. Let's have that out. We're bringing out the big toy.
Make way. Watch out. Watch out.
Okay. Yeah, we'll start it from over here. That's close enough. That's good. That's good right there. All right, Axe, come over here. You just sit on this thing like you'd sit on a horse. That's the head. Yeah, sit up like you sit on a horse. There you go. Now, right now, really hard to move Axe. That's because there's this thing called friction. Anytime things are touching, they kind of want to stick together. It's a force. It keeps things sticking together. Very important in dancing and a lot of other things. Now, the good news is you're sitting on a hovercraft. So as soon as I turn that blower on, it's going to put air into the board and it's going to lift the whole board up just enough so they're not touching anymore. If they're not touching, no more friction. You guys might want to be ready for whatever happens next. We're going to do a little test run here.
But Back to the Future.
Oh my God. That's like the coolest thing.
Yeah, this will work great. There we go. That's all right.
Wow. Come on, y'all.
Now, here's what we're going to do. I want you to push against my hands. Okay? Nah, not much happening there, right? A lot of friction there. But what if we do this? Now, push against my hands.
Whoa. It might, can we pass it around like a beach ball in a rock concert room? Wait. Can we do that?
Yeah, just don't use the hovercraft with it. All right. So, we got a mystery. You pushed this way, but you went that way. Why? Now, here's what happened. You applied a force this way, right? Now, I'm sitting on the floor, kneeling, lots of friction. I'm not going anywhere. Newton's third law says that for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So, your action was pushing this way. My equal and opposite reaction was to push that way. I'm not going anywhere. You're sitting on a hovercraft with no friction. That equal and opposite reaction is what sent you across the room. That's how that works. Does that make sense? Great job. Thank you very much. All right. Now, let's talk about energy. Actually, let's move this over here just a little bit. We've got Newton's laws figured out, and I'm going to give you guys a test. Charlie, if you could bring this, if you could bring that over.
I wasn't even at school.
Okay.
Good count.
We'll do a test like this for starters.
Yeah.
Is that that wheel?
If I pull one of my hands away, what's going to happen?
It's gonna fall.
It's going to fall. Let's find out. Yep. I'd really mess up your floor if I let that drop. So, of course it's going to fall. You guys know physics. You understand this stuff. It couldn't possibly do anything else. If I pull one hand away, it's got to fall.
It's doing the complete opposite of what you're saying, right?
Oh. Hey, look at that. So, why? Now, I'll give you a hint. Give me one of Newton's 3 laws. Give me a number, 1, 2, 3. Which law explains why that did not fall over? 1, 2, or 3. Pass some courage here. You got a 1 out of 3 chance to get it right. Let's see your hands.
Come on, y'all. Don't be scared.
What do you think? What do you think? 1, 2, or 3?
He said 1.
1? First law is correct. Hey, very good. Things that are moving in a direction want to keep moving that way. So this thing, when it's spinning, it wants to keep moving this way. If gravity tries to pull it sideways, this is now, I'm going to keep going. Now there's a website, I do not get paid to plug them, I probably should, called howstuffworks.com. If you go on that website, look up gyroscope, It explains this in plain language with a video clip, and not only explains why it doesn't fall over, but it also explains this. I'm not spinning around for show. I have to do this. It's called precession. If you don't go to that website, this is going to look like weird magic to you for the rest of your life. It will. And you're going to be going, wow, that was freaky. If you go to that website, you're going to look at that and you're going to say, oh, it makes perfect sense. And it's really easy to understand. I just don't have the time to cover it tonight. But please trust me. Go to that website, you'll look up gyroscope, you'll see this bicycle wheel demo. Now I need another helper up here. I need someone with some upper body strength. Upper body, oh yeah. Yes, you will more than do. I'm used to working with kids, right? It's like, hey, what's your name? James. James, this is my spinning disc of doom. Hop up on it.
All right, that's good.
Doom, yeah. All right. All right, we can do a little test spin here. What? Okay, okay. There you go.
War machines like that.
James, if you're gonna, if you feel you need to hurl that way, okay? All right, I'm over here. All right, here's the deal.
Any other direction?
Stop. Okay, stay there. Now, I want you to just hold this out, straight out in front of you, arm's length. I'll kind of turn you around for the crowd. There we go. Okay, got it? Scientists in the room, observe. Anything interesting happening here? No, it's pretty dull, actually. Let's try tilting it. Tilt it like that. Yeah, more. Tilt it like clear on the side. It's still pretty dull. Try it the other way. That's pretty dull. But fortunately, I'm a physicist. I'll take it from you. I know how to make it a little bit more interesting. Same thing. Got it? Okay, give it a tilt.
Oh, Rasengan. Naruto fans know what's up.
Okay, try it the other way.
Not Naruto.
Sharingan. Oh, wow. Sonic boom.
I need these sound effects in my shows. I'll take it for you. Now, we got another mystery. Why was he moving? Now, some of you might, by the way, if you think this thing's like a giant propeller, do you feel any breeze off that? A tiny bit. Not enough to move you around. Same thing. Looking for a law. 1, 2, or 3. Give me a number. Which one of Newton's laws explains that movement? Not 2. It would be 3. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. While this thing's spinning like this, when he tilts it this way, it's now spinning this way, which means the equal and opposite would be for you to spin in the opposite direction, if you do. Now, when you tilt it this way, it's now spinning like this, and you started moving in the opposite direction, which is like that, and you did. That's it. That's Newton's laws in action. Thank you very much, sir.
Give it up to James, a.k.a. Disney.
Now, what I want to see a little application of some dance here. Could somebody come out here and do some 90s for me?
What? He knows what 90s are? Yo.
I can learn. I read.
So, really
I
quickly,
read books.
For the first volunteer, for one of our vendors, we have Soup's Kitchen. The first volunteer can get a free t-shirt from Soup's Kitchen. So we need a volunteer to do 90. You have to be able to do at least one 90. None of that half, tilt over and fall stuff. We need at least one.
Now, all right, here we go. What's your name, sir?
2, what up?
2. All right, now what I want the rest of you to do is watch it. Watch this for Newton's laws. See if you can figure out how Newton's laws apply to this. Please, sir, give us a demonstration.
Ooh. Yeah, that was good. That was good.
Anybody want to volunteer one of the laws that they might have noticed there? Third law. For every action, equal and opposite reaction. That would be your hands against the floor. You're pushing against the floor, the floor's pushing you back against you. That's one hop. Now, were you thinking of something else? What else? And which of Newton's laws would that be? I would say first law, too, because once you're spinning, you wanted to keep spinning in that direction, right? So that helps keep things moving. There are a lot more. There's so many going on. That's the thing about breakdancing. You guys are doing this so fast, it's hard to separate it out. Thank you very much, sir. You got the t-shirt for him?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you very much.
Courtesy of Soup's Kitchen, Wisconsin. Thank you. All right, thanks, Sue.
All right. Now let's talk about energy. Energy is the ability to do work, or to do anything for that matter. There's many different kinds of energy, but I'm going to give you a couple of weird facts about it. Weird fact number one, you cannot make energy. You cannot make energy. Weird fact number two, you cannot get rid of it either. You can only turn it from one form into another. To demonstrate that right now with all of you, please sit up straight, put your hands together like this, and rub. Now I'm about to ask you a question that is maybe not the one you're expecting, but we'll find out. Okay, stop, raise your hand and tell me one form of energy. One form that you just noticed, just one.
Heat.
Entropy. In plain terms, that would be? Would that be heat energy? Yeah, your hands got hot. Great. Heat energy is a form of energy, no doubt.
Mike, I'm sorry. We actually do have a clarification. There is one way to make energy.
Nukes.
Turn Super Saiyan. Jacob did it.
You bring me Super Saiyan, and then I'll take my word to that.
I can. It's over 9,000. I'm sorry. I'll stop.
Nothing is impossible. I'm just talking about our present understanding of physics. Anyway, heat energy, but heat energy did not come from nothing. What form of energy got turned into heat energy?
Kinetic.
I just heard friction. Friction is not the answer. Friction is involved, but friction is a force. Friction is a force that turns this motion into heat energy. Very, very important for you to manage friction in what you do, right? But friction's involved. But what form of energy got turned into heat energy? Who knows? What form of energy?
Kinetic.
What'd you say? Kinetic energy, the energy of movement. Your hands are moving. That is a form of energy. It has a really big form of energy for this. Now, where did this energy come from? Where did your kinetic energy come from?
Food.
Food energy, my personal favorite. You can tell. Food energy. All three of these, by the way, come into play in everything we do, including the dancing. So the food energy, your muscles turn that into kinetic energy. The kinetic energy through friction gets turned into heat energy. So there's another type of energy that is very, very important. Charlie?
Oh.
There's another type of energy that's very important in terms of breakdancing.
Whoa.
To demonstrate that, we're going to bring this thing over.
Chuck Norris Death Trap. What is that thing?
It's a Chuck Norris Death Trap.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, you know your stuff.
Hey, man, I do my research. I do have a college degree. Whoa.
All right. Tell you what, let's turn it around.
But that isn't true, yes, because Chuck Norris cannot be killed. You are correct, Mike. Chuck Norris cannot be killed.
That's why he keeps doing those commercials, right? For the total champ.
Yep.
It just goes on and on. All right, that's good enough. Let's stop it right there.
Whoa.
Okay. I need another volunteer from the audience.
I don't know who wants to volunteer, especially after that sound.
Who wants to volunteer?
Who called my name? Who said my name? Charlie? Charlie wants to give it a round of applause for Charlie.
No, Charlie's busy. He's got a job to do there. No, you can do this.
Ah, crap, okay.
All you gotta do, this is so easy. Come over here.
Okay.
All you gotta do,
Okay.
don't push it. You're gonna hold it right against your nose like this.
Okay.
And just pull your hands away. Just let go of it. So no pushing and don't move once you do that. Okay?
Okay.
Right? There we go. Okay, nice knowing you. Right at your nose. Hi, no, don't worry. I almost never lose anyone doing this. This rope's nice and tight. There you go. Just,
I already got a shit too. I got one.
there you go.
That's very scary.
Yeah, it's like people. It's like you cannot appreciate it until you see it coming right at your face. But there's no worries because you can't end up with more energy than you started with. Now, what we're looking at here is, let's see, kinetic potential. Kinetic potential. Kinetic's energy of movement. Potential energy is a stored energy. So when you lift something up, you store some energy. When you let go, it turns into speed.
Don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me.
Now,
That's scary.
to demonstrate that, And this, by the way, this is I've been watching the videos, okay? I'm no expert, but I know that exchange of energy is crucial to what you do. Crucial. You guys are you're going from potential to kinetic back and forth constantly. You guys are masters of it. Can somebody come up here and like do a jump?
Do what?
Do a jump? Or,
a jump? What kind of jump?
whatever you feel like.
Who wants to do a jump or a flip? Who wants to do it?
Pepper flip.
Oh, okay. We got our homie, Emil. He came from Cape Town, South Africa, y'all. Give it up for Emil.
You guys are going to be watching in terms of watch for the change in energy.
Okay.
Please demonstrate. There you go.
Oh, that was sick. Wow. Okay. Give it up.
So, you started out when you pushed off. Okay, you use chemical energy, the food energy in your body. The muscles turn that to kinetic energy. You launched that. Yeah, and that too. You brought that up. You left the ground. So when you left the ground, you were moving fast. But then as you went higher and higher, you got slower and slower. That potential or that kinetic energy got turned into potential. So what you were at your high point, you had maximum potential. Then you started falling back down, going faster and faster. That is exactly what happens in exchange from kinetic to potential to kinetic. It gets way more complicated than that. I chose this one because this is easy to separate it out. Start thinking about next time you see somebody doing windmills, watch for it there. That is where it's really cool. Thank you very much, sir.
All right, give it up for Bill, y'all.
All right. That's the end of my demo for tonight. We'll be doing showing you some more stuff tomorrow night. But main thing is, I talk to people all over the place. I've only been working here since last August. I've done shows for over 20,000 people from all over the place. I think it's crazy. Physics is not something you learn out of a book. Any more than breakdancing is something you learn out of a book. Physics is something that you do through exploring something that interests you. It might be science, it might be dancing, it might be whatever, sports, art, whatever. Physics is all there. If you understand physics, it will open up your possibilities. It will let you express yourselves in ways that you can't even imagine right now. And right now, like you said, you're already physics masters. But your physics masters are at breakdancing. With a little bit of understanding this, you'll start seeing this physics show up all over the place. And it'll make perfect sense to you, because you already understand this. Okay? My goal here is to give you freedom. Seriously. Not that you really need my help. You guys are a pretty free bunch. Thank you for letting me play with you.
Yeah, give it up for Mike, y'all. And really quickly, Mike, we just want to give them a sneak peek of some of the stuff that you're going to break down tomorrow. Tomorrow we're really going to get into the actual breakdown of the movements and talk about friction, a lot of the different principles. So, we're not going to go into details now, but we're just going to show you in terms of applications. Charlie, bring it in. This would be what drills would be for head spins. In terms of talking about speed, motion, balance. All right, so we have a lot, and then I think they're going to set up a station for you all to mess around with as well. So, what we do here is science. If you notice, we're on university property. Everybody in our culture, in our dance, and our movement, we are geniuses in our own right, and it's wonderful that the physics department has really collaborated with us to really show that, because a lot of times in these classrooms, people tell you sit still, don't do this, they don't like this. It's just because we're smart in other ways. I failed or dropped out of every science class that I ever took in college. That's why it took me 6 years to finish. But yeah.
I have extremely good news on that. He's right. Our schools have failed you. I mean, our schools have failed our young people all over the place, and it makes me sick to see that. The good news is our programs, like right here at the university, First Wave program. Who's involved in First Wave? There's a guy, he's a PhD, Christopher Edmond, who he visited campus here. He's written a book. They're trying to change the culture and recognize the legitimacy of hip hop, and to bring the science education to the kids inside of hip hop instead of like doing this to them. Okay. Letting people express the way that you want to express. I think that I love that, and I want to see more of that. So, again, thank you for letting an old fat white.
Give it up for Mike. Give it up for Mike. So, thank y'all for sitting here. Nobody expected to have some physics and a breaking jam, at the dance jam. So, that is wonderful. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to get into these popping battles. All right? So, I need my jackets. I need Cobra King. I need Papa Chuck, aka Chuck. Chuck, Cobra King, and Pop Master Fable. All right. So, we're not gonna do a judge's demo, but very quickly, judges, in about 2 sentences, if you could just let the dancers know what you are judging on, what your criteria is, and whatnot. Y'all gonna do the demos for tomorrow. We're saving all the good stuff for tomorrow. We gotta finish this, because guess what? After this event is done, at Segredo's down the street, down the road, we're having the Red Bull BC1 Cypher. All right, it's the Midwest qualifier. And guess what? Just like this event, it is also free. It's also free. Section chocolate, everybody. Section chocolate. All right, so we are gonna have a ball crowd really quickly. I'm gonna go around. We need y'all energy. We're about to have fun up in this place today. So started from here. When I wave by, I just need you to scream as loud as possible. Okay, here we go. And when the hand goes away from you, you gotta be quiet though. Let's go. Come on, Pete, get with the program. All right, here we go again. Here we go again. Starting from this side. No, fail. Fail. But okay, we gonna try to get into this. So, registration for the popping battles is closed. Registration for the crew battle will remain open, as well as the all-stars battle. But first, we're gonna get into this. So, judges, introduce yourselves. Try to keep it short and concise. Oh wait, hold on.
So real quickly, as we're trying to make this all work, I got some folks that did sign up for the Poppin' Battle, but we just gotta make sure, because we have this thing where you gotta check off the number, and I have a few numbers that didn't get checked off, even though your name is on the list. So, if I call your name, come see me. I'm gonna be right over there as the judges introduce themselves. Poppin' Mini, Funky Moan, Mon, Funky Mon, like Pokemon, but Funky Mon, get it? A.O. Poppin' Mini again. Poppin' Mini. Poppin'. Are you Poppin' Mini? You just like writing your name, don't you? Alright, that's cool. And that's it. So A.O. and Funky Mon and everybody else is ready to go. So if A.O. and Funky Mon are in the building, let me know. Come see me. Alright? Cool. Peace.
Alright, so judges, if you can step forward a little bit, and actually we're going to bring y'all chairs forward so y'all can be closer to the action. We don't want y'all all segregated really quickly. So, Cobra, we got Cobra King, Robot Mafia, correct? Chicago, make some noise for Cobra King, y'all. Right.
Been in popping since 1979 in Chicago. Really got good at it in '83. Actually tried out for a couple of films. Probably see me in a couple of videos. Connected with the G-Style fam. Peace. Okay. What I'm looking for, if you're not on beat, I'm gonna get you. If you have no musicality, if you're not funky, if all you do is tricks, if all you can do is groove with no balance. So that means if all you're doing is just, hey, I'm just pull. No. You gotta be interesting. The crowd gotta like you. I gotta like you. Popping is entertainment. You're not dancing for yourself, you're dancing for everybody watching. So dance for us. I'm looking for you to dance for us. Peace.
Right, Cobra King. The loudest thing he said was no. I heard all of that. That's what's up. So, Robot Mafia, correct? Robot Mafia and LA Breakers crew. We have from Chicago by way of, was it Compton? Compton, right? And LA? It's all desert land to me. It's California. From LA by Chicago, we got Poppin' Chuck. Let the folks know what you're looking for, short and concisely.
Okay, a little history. My name is Poppin' Chuck. I've been popping for 32 years. From South Central Los Angeles. And what I'm looking for is style, personality, and musicality. If I don't see those three, you're not working for me.
Thank you. Okay, so, representing the legendary Rocksteady crew, all the way from New York City, we have Pop Master Faber!
Thank you, Man of God. Now, that's a cool name right there, Man of God. Wow, I love it. Katrina, thank you, babe. You heard? Katrina, thank you, sister, for having me here, for real. I'm gonna keep it mad simple. If you ain't feeling the music and doing your thing, then, you know, y'all know what it is, man. We've done this too many times. It's a dance. Before it's all moves and all that crazy circus stuff, get open with the sound, you heard? That's what it is. Peace.
All right. So, what's up? Oh, somebody's phone. Okay, if you left the phone, come holler at me. That's Katrina's phone? Oh, okay, cool. All right, so where is that popping list at? Who has that popping list? Katrina? Miss Flores, do you have that? Can I get that list? All right, so I'm gonna say your names. Can we get some background music? Some little background